everyone, this is Anchored to My Planner, and today I'm going to be doing a DIY video, and this was requested from one of my Instagram and YouTube subscribers. I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I believe it's Rikki, R-I-K-K-I, and she's from Australia, and this video goes out to you. So I am going to start by letting you know what you need for this video. I actually just recently got, because my birthday is on Monday, my mom got me a bunch of Filofaxes, so she ended up getting me the pocket-sized Domino Filofax. So this is what I'm going to be making the dividers for. And I'm going to make Halloween ones. So I did the first one because I haven't done dividers in a while, so I have to apologize, this is a little messed up. But I just wanted to refresh myself with doing it before I show you all how to do it. So even though this is the pocket size, you can follow the same instructions, the same routine for any size planner that you have. It doesn't have to be a Filofax. Just make sure you have a piece of paper from within your planner, and then you'll be able to trace it, and I'll show you how to do it. But so you can use them for any size planner. So the first thing you need to do is pick out your paper, and I picked out my Halloween paper. Well, you need to decide how many dividers you're going to make, and right here this one came with 6, so I'm gonna do 6. So here what I did was I picked out actually 12 pieces of paper because some of my paper was not double-sided. This pack is double-sided, but this one wasn't. So what I did was I picked out 12 pieces of paper, and then what I'm going to do is just glue them together so that this will be the front and this will be the back. So that will what you will have to do first and decide what you want your tabs for. The next thing you will need is to have a paper cutter. It does not have to be this big, but I have the big one, so that's what I'm going to use. You're going to need a paper trimmer. You're going to need some really fine scissors, very good for detailing and getting in those little corners, you know. I kind of stink at doing it, so yeah, hopefully you guys are better at it than me. And then some big scissors just to trim up some of the edges, tape, glue. I'm using the repositionable Elmer's Craft Bond glue stick, but you can also use like these little tape runners. Those work well too. This is more permanent than this. I tend to make some mistakes, so I like to be able to move my paper, slide it back and forth if I don't have it lined up with this glue, so that works well. You will need a pencil, an eraser, and a single hole punch. And those are the things that you're going to need, and also your tabs, but I think I said that already. So those are the things you need to start with. So I'm going to put some of this stuff to the side, and I'm going to get started on how to do this. My mom is waving to me to show you guys the 6-hole punch, but what she probably doesn't understand is that, you know, this small guy here, he's not the same size as the A5. So, love you, Mom, but leave it to me. So you'll need a single hole punch, not 6. So the first thing I'm going to do is take I already did the first one, that's this guy right here, so I'm just going to put this with this one. So my second one, I'm just going to take it and line it up like this, and then I'm going to trace the original divider I have here. Oops. I don't know, that was a little drunk drawing here, but I don't drink, so it just went a little crooked. Alright, so that will be the front side of the divider. And I don't know if you can see that, how I traced it. And there's a pencil line there. You guys just watch me do it. There's a pencil line there. And then this is going to be the back side, but I want this print to be the back side. So what I'm actually going to do is flip the piece of paper over, and I am going to also take my divider and trace it on the other side of the piece of paper so that when I flip it over, it's going to match up. So then you line this piece up and you trace it. And let's see if I can not drunk trace this time. Oh, that one was successful. Oh no, not really. Liar. I am. Okay. So now I'm going to take this and put it to the side. And I'm actually going to trim the first side of paper. So you're going to take your paper trimmer, get out of the way, Steph, and you're going to line it up. And what I actually do is line up the tab first. So what I'll do is I will cut the piece of paper to the tab right here, and then go in and trim it with the paper trimmer to about here, and then there'll be a bigger block, and then you take your fine scissors and go in. So I will show you that. And then make sure that you line it up nice and straight. There's a piece of wire in here that's very helpful for lining up. Okay. And then bring that up. Line this up again. Here. And then what I'm going to do now is kind of cut just before the tab right here. So I hope that you guys can see this because it looks like I got out of frame. And I'm going to line it up and only cut, you know, maybe a ½ inch from where you need to get in there with the fine scissors. Because you don't want to just slice your tab off. Because I think I made that mistake a while ago. Just about there. Okay, so then this is where you would take your scissors and you see how I have this like this, and you're going to chop it just before the tab, the last place where you cut, and then take your fine scissors, geez, as I stab myself, and go in and cut the line that you've traced. So you get that detail and that little curve of the tab, just like this. So. And then you'll be able to clean it up when you cut the other side, and when you put them together, you know, nothing's perfect, so it's going to be a little uneven, so you'll have to go in and trim them, or even trim up your tabs. The hardest part is making sure that you don't do the tabs the same direction, like your back side the same direction as your front side, because then you'll have two front tabs and not a back side. And trust me, I did that. Not once, but twice. So I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. So here's the front side of the divider, and so then, like I said, I want this to be the back side of it, but I traced my divider on this side. So then you'll just also go in with your paper trimmer and do the same steps that you did for the front side. Let's see. That. Line that piece up, trim that, and then, like I said, you only go halfway up right there, just before the little tab that you need to squiggly cut out, because you don't want to chop your tab off. Okay, let's see here. Alright. Get this out of the way. My big scissors, and trim that line. Oh, interesting. Thank you, paper cutter, for only cutting halfway. So now that I have that trimmed, now I can go in and cut this piece off. And then take your little squiggly scissors and just get right in there and cut out. And let me tell you, you definitely need these little sharp scissors, because those big scissors are not going to fit in there, and you're not going to get those fine curves with these big scissors. So invest. I know that these are a little expensive, but use a 50% off coupon at Michael's or Joanna's and get yourself a pair of these. I was going to get the Cutter Bug ones. They're yellow. The Cutter Bee, or I think that's what they call them. I was going to get those, but they were sold out, and I just could not wait to make my tabs, so I got these. These are Recollection scissors, but they work just the same. I think these were $12.99, and then I used a 50% off coupon. And so then you trim that off, and then you put them together like so, and you have front and back. And now, so see how it's like not exact when I try to measure it up? It's not going to be exact, so that's why you're going to have to go in and trim them over again. So I'm going to take my glue stick and put some glue on each side of these. And that's why I said I really like this repositional glue, is because once you line them up with the tape gun, you are not able to like adjust them so that you can line them up properly. So then you've got like a crooked tab on, and that is not something that will work for me because I have OCD and everything has to be lined up and perfect, even though nothing really ever is perfect if it's handmade. But I know you girls out there are like that too, because we have planners, and if we weren't OCD, then we wouldn't have planners. So then you just take the glue, and like what I like about this is that it doesn't dry like super fast, so you can still adjust. So see how you can just slide it and measure it up? And I just get the ends measured up as best I can, and maybe the tab a little bit. So see how like my tab is off? So you just try to get it lined up the best you can. And then push it down. Make sure they stick together. Like that. And then take your... You can take your big scissors or your fine scissors. I like to use the fine scissors just so that everything is really fine cut. And I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it is literally like a millimeter over the underneath paper. And like I said, well, you can see it a little better here because this is white. And like I said, I am like OCD about stuff, so I have to fix it. And so then the way you fix that is you just follow along the line here with your scissors and just snip it off to make it straight. Like so. Okay. These holes are much smaller than my one-hole punch. So I'm just going to trace these and then use my large one-hole punch to punch them out. Like so. And I am not going to film myself making every one of these dividers because you guys are just going to probably leave my video or fall asleep on me. So I will, once I finish this one, I will finish the rest, come back and show you what they all look like. So just let me finish this last hole here. And I will punch. And so here comes your one-hole punch. And then just line it up as best you can and punch out your holes. That one might be a little off. And there we go. And so then there we go, we have the holes. And then, you know, you might have a little bit of pencil that you went off and traced a little weird. So I just go in with my, oh, where'd you go, eraser? Oh, you're off here. I just go in and then erase around the edges just to make sure that I don't have any pencil on there. And make sure I clean it up. And do the same for the opposite side, because you don't want to have pencil marks all over it. And so then there's my second divider. So I have two dividers done. So I am going to shut the camera off, make the rest of the dividers, come back, show you, and give some shout outs because you guys have been amazing. Okay, so I'll see you in a few minutes. All right. Hi everyone, so I'm back and I've finished the tabs and this is what they sort of look like. So each one is different here and then each one is different on the back. And by no means are these perfect. Like I said, they're handmade and it's tough to get in there. So, but they're just for Halloween. I'll be changing them next month. This is the first one and then that's the back side like you guys saw already. Oh, you saw the first one, but I did the tutorial on number 2. That's number 2 with the back side. Number 3. And I love that it says Boo, because my boyfriend and I call each other Boo Bear. So it's really cute. That's number 4 there. Number 5, the little monster that says I love candy. Cute. And dots. And then the last one. So there's all 6 dividers. It didn't take me too long to make them. I'd say about 20 minutes. You know, and I don't label my tabs. I just already know my sections, but some people do. I change them a lot, so yeah, I don't really need to label them. I guess if I came to a point where I would need to, I would. And so that's going to go in my very first Filofax pocket size. So I'm pretty excited to put these in here. I took the inserts out. They're up on the top of the table. So I'll give you guys actually a tour of that when I have it set up. And I'm going to hope to do that tonight because tomorrow I have all my birthday festivities. So that being said, I wanted to give some shout outs. My mom has had a few of you girls go visit her shop, and thank you so much for visiting. And I want to give a special shout out to, and I hope I say you guys' names right. I'm so sorry if I mispronounce. Elvira from California. I just want to say thank you so much from ordering from Mom and all of your support, all of your posting on Instagram and Facebook and all of that. I hope you love your charm. It's gorgeous. And I also want to give out a shout out to Lori. She got a big Spider-Man charm, and I think my mom had to, I mean not Spider-Man, oh geez, Superman, sorry. I think my mom had to pull it out of you that it was going on your planner, but anyways, I think you guys worked together great, and Mom's over here trying to squeeze her way in to wave and say hi. So we just want to say thank you for everyone, and I've probably missed people who have ordered and whatnot. I just want to say thank you so much. I never expected to get this much love and support. The private messages that you guys have sent me, just all of your likes, your subscribing, your love, I am so grateful and so appreciated. I never thought it would take off like this. So if there's anything you guys want to see, you want to know about, maybe I will show you guys my face at some point. Anything you guys want to know, give me a shout out, a private message, anything. And, you know, just let me know what you guys want to see from me. I got 3 other Filofaxes for my birthday, so I'll probably give some tours of that stuff. But I hope you guys are all happy and planning and be safe, and hugs. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Alright, have a good night.